Did Sharma just restart Xbox? Will we see more Xbox exclusives soon? Is Xbox finally returning to console-focused gaming? Let's talk about all of that today.
Hey guys, welcome to Xbox Land. I am Matt and man, I finally started my university vacation, which means that over the next few weeks I should finally be able to get the channel back on a more constant schedule. Honestly, today's video was supposed to be about Gears day, but yesterday Sharma and the Xbox team released a very important letter on Xbox Wire about the future of Xbox. On Xbox Wire, the official Xbox News website, the Xbox team and Asha Sharma published a letter to fans explaining what they've been doing over the last months and what they want to change in the years ahead. We all know that Phil Spencer, the former head of Xbox, made some great decisions years ago that helped the brand a lot, things like Game Pass and the backward compatibility program. But over time, it feels like money and success started influencing some of the decisions being made, and alongside Sarah Bond, several choices ended up hurting the brand. By 2025, one of the biggest discussions online was, will Xbox disappear? But now it is 2026 and Sharma didn't arrive just to manage Xbox. She arrived to make a real change that seemed to be for the better. So now I'm going to let VN read part of this letter for us.
Hey everyone, I'm VN. Let's take a look. The letter begins like this. Our platform teams have delivered more updates in the last 100 days than in the entire previous year combined. We now have more active partners on Xbox than ever before. Our Game Pass team began working to improve our offering, and after more than 8 months of decline, the service is growing again. And through Player Voice, we now have a 24/7 channel to hear directly from players, creators, and developers. With the Xbox Games Showcase and the return of FanFest, we brought together hundreds of millions of fans around the world. We reintroduced exclusives with Gears of War, E-Day in 2026, and Clockwork Revolution in 2027. Players can continue to expect Xbox exclusives every year. Meanwhile, Playground Games reminded us that established franchises can still reach incredible new heights.
As mentioned right at the beginning, Sharma talks about the many updates we've been receiving over the last few months, and honestly, that is really good. It's something many Xbox players have been asking for a very long time. She also talks about the return of the exclusives with Gears, E-Day and Clockwork Revolution, exactly like we discussed in our previous video. And if this letter is accurate, it sounds like we should expect even more Xbox consoles exclusives in the years ahead. At the end, they also recognize how powerful it can be when developers listen to their fans. And honestly, Forza Horizon 6 is a perfect example of that. It became one of the biggest Xbox launches in years.
Exactly, Matt. And later in the letter, they explain that these are only the first results. They say they want to stay as connected as possible with the community in order to correct past mistakes and continue improving the entire Xbox ecosystem. They also announced goals for the next 100 days. Let me continue reading. For no, more than 1 billion players choose Xbox in our games every year, generating 72 billion hours across console, PC, mobile, and streaming, excluding much of China and certain other platforms. Our franchises are among the largest and most beloved in the world, and they are now breaking records on television and in theaters. Moving forward, our competition is attention. Sequo. We will close this fiscal year with an accountability margin of approximately 3%, a year-over-year decline. Excluding Activision Blizzard King, over the past 5 years, we have spent more than $20 billion on continued investments in content, platform development, and hardware subsidies. Despite that, our annual revenue has declined by nearly $500 million during that same period. Moving forward, this cannot continue.
That's insane. 1 billion players is an incredible number, and I am genuinely happy to see them recognize that when games are made with care by developers who loves what they do, players respond positively, and the brand grows stronger. At the end of the day, every company needs to make money. Nobody can afford to lose billions forever, so having a good relationship with the community is incredibly important, because under the previous leadership, Xbox suffered major financial losses and damaged a lot of trust with players.
And that's exactly why many fans are excited right now. For the first time in a long while, Xbox seems less focused on simply expanding the brand and more focused on strengthening what made Xbox special in the first place: the consoles, the players, the games, and the ecosystem. The letter also addresses another major challenge. Mamora Thirdo. We are currently facing a hardware component crisis. When I became CEO in February, the price we paid for console storage components was already higher than it had been the previous fall. Since then, those costs have doubled again. And as we prepare for the 2027 holiday season, we expect another significant increase, pushing prices to more than 5 times what we paid just 2 years ago. Currently, we cannot manufacture as many consoles as players want to purchase, and we need a new business model and new hardware partnerships as we remain committed to Helix.
This is a very important point. While some competitors built large inventories of components as a safety measure, Microsoft wasn't fully prepared, and that's created one of the company's biggest problems: a shortage of hardware components, with limited consoles productions, and made Xbox consoles harder to find in several parts of the world. Honestly, I'm struggled for a long time to find a Series X. The only version I could find where I live was actually a Japanese model.
And I remember that. And you hate it because you can't watch some of your physical movies due to regional restrictions, right?
Exactly, bro. I just want to watch my movies, man.
But the key point here is what Sharma said. We cannot manufacture as many consoles as players want to buy. That's concerning, especially when thinking about the next generation and Project Helix. Because it doesn't matter how much demand you create if you can't build enough consoles to meet it. Later in the letter, she talks about the importance of great games and community feedback for Xbox's future growth. She also explains that the current infrastructure was not built for the challenges ahead, meaning major changes will be necessary if Xbox wants to return to the top. The letter ends with this: Xbox is one of the few places where people come not only to play, but to connect with others and create memories. With console at the center of our entertainment experiences, Windows as one of the largest gaming platforms in the world, and an incredible portfolio of games under one roof as one of the world's largest publishers, we have the foundation in place. We will reset for a stronger Xbox and build the #1 gaming and entertainment company. Asha Sharma and Matt.
Honestly, everything we've seen from the new leadership so far suggests that Sharma is truly trying to rebuild Xbox from the ground up. And as anyone knows, rebuilding something isn't easy. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes a lot of work. So now, all we can do is wait and see if these promises become reality.
Absolutely. That's all for today, everyone. What do you think about all of this? Let us know down in the comments. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.
From the screen to the world, you gon' understand. This the vibe, this the life, welcome to Xbox land. Yeah. Dreams on the ground, put the mic in my hand. Flow too cold, but the heat on demand, yeah. From the screen to the world, you gon' understand. This the vibe, this the life, welcome to Xbox land, yeah.